Mike Burrows again with QED Service with a few little tips on servicing your HVAC for the summer. This is your standard condensing unit. It's on a split section, which means part of it's on the outside, part of it's on the inside. This is a condenser. One thing we need to look at when you're looking at your unit is it sitting level on its platform, or do we have a slight tilt? Secondly, if you start seeing a lot of debris, which you can see at the base of this unit and on top, that needs to be washed out with water hose or cleaned, either by hand or with water. Also, you want to make sure that you don't use too much pressure on your water, that you bend what's called the fins, which is the small metal spines within this unit. Whenever you bend it, it restricts airflow, will also make the temperature of the unit run higher. The next thing is to be careful that any debris that you see at the base of the unit is removed. Not to hit them when you're mowing, not to aim your lawnmower discharge at the unit, because that will also send small sticks and twigs that can cause the unit to leak and keeps them dirty. Again, after you mow, wash them down. Make sure your unit sits level. An unlevel unit will cause the refrigerant liquid to sit in a position that it's not designed for, which will cause the unit to have a shorter lifespan. If you have a unit similar to this one, this homeowner has come in here and put a screen on the top of the unit to catch debris from falling in around the compressor. Debris around the compressor will attract ants. It makes great bedding material for ants. And ants have been known to secrete an acid which will short out electronics on compressors, which is generally one of the major causes of failure of most condensing units today. When you're planting plants around the unit, you want to make sure you have plenty of clearance around them. Generally, you want a minimum of 2 to 3 foot for good wind flow and airflow around the unit. Anything closer can block the coils and restrict the amount of airflow, which will cause the unit to run at a higher temperature, thus not cooling as well. You also want to keep the pets from urinating on the units. You see at the base of this unit, you can see where it's turning white. That's the result of an animal relieving itself on here. It will cause these fins to corrode out and thus causing a leak. It also reduces the efficiency of the unit. You want to check every year to make sure that your disconnect is not damaged, has not been broken by falling debris, by children hitting it with baseballs or anything. You want to make sure it's in good working order. Also, you should check to make sure your line coming from it, the conduit, is in good shape, not rusting out, because if it starts rusting out, it'll hold water inside there around the electronics, which can cause it to short out. Also, you want to check the refrigerant line. Make sure that the insulation on it is in good shape. The refrigerant line helps the efficiency of the unit. It keeps the sunlight and the heat from the outdoors from taking out the cooling that's going inside your home. You also want to check your low voltage line, which is a small line generally located near your suction line or near your lines and electrical coming in. You want to make sure you're not hitting that with a weed eater and tearing it up, or animals are not chewing on it, or it's not being decayed by sunlight. Any one of those items can cause it to fray out, and if it goes out, your unit will stop working. Again, if you have any questions, contact Mike Burrows at www.qedservice.com.